Selena, and this is gonna be a long video because there's just so much to unpack. But before we even get into it, I moved, so my setup is different, and I didn't set everything up because I'm gonna move again, me personally. Wait, my family moved, but I'm gonna move again. Anyway, so my brother is actually here holding the camera for me. So if it's any shakiness or anything, blame him. So, Liam Payne. Before I even start this video, I need to let everyone know where my bias is coming from. I was a Directioner, hardcore obsessed from 2011 to 2015. March 25th, 2015 was the second worst day of my life, no exaggeration, the day they broke up. And that's a whole different story, but that's dead ass the second worst day of my life. Can you imagine? Can you imagine someone's telling you like top 5 saddest things that's ever happened to them, and my number 2 is One Direction breaking up, second to somebody I know dying? Like, obsessed. So I do have bias. This whole video is gonna be one big bias. I mean, I get just so you know where I'm coming from. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know, Liam Payne is flopping. He is one big giant flop, and here's why. First his little album came out, 17 songs. Half of them, I think people said, or like 9, I don't know. Half of them were already songs released like last year in like 2017 and shit like that. So only like half of the album is actual new content. And the album's called LP1, Liam Payne 1. And I couldn't sit through the whole thing. So I listened to every single song at least, I think, at least 30 seconds of every song. At the very least, 30 seconds. And I'm gonna review every single song on this little album first, okay? And we're gonna talk about why he's flopping. Okay, first song on this fucking album, Stack It Up. It has a boogie with a hoodie in it. And his part was good, but the problem is his part is at the very, like, towards the end of the song. And as soon as this song came on and Liam just started singing, talking, whatever the fuck he was doing, nonsense. This song is absolute nonsense. It's corny, it's generic, and it just is nonsense. Honestly. Like, the only reason I even made it past 10 seconds is because I wanted to hear a boogie with a hoodie. That's the only reason. If it wasn't that song, I'd turn that shit off. Turn that shit off, for real. Next song, Remember, it's okay. Heart Me Break, it's okay, it's very forgettable. Hips Don't Lie, it's boring. Tell Your Friends, boring. Say It All, okay, it's a little catchy. Rude Hours, boring. Live Forever, boring. Weekend, alright. Both Ways, we're gonna talk about Both Ways last. I got a lot to say about that. Strip That Down, we've been hearing that song on the fucking radio for a year now. It's okay, I guess. I mean, when it's on the radio, do I turn it off? No. I mean, I like it, I guess. Strip That Down. I mean, I guess I like it, whatever. For You, it's good. Rita Ora made that song. Not terrible. Rita Ora sounds okay. Familiar is good. I mean, J Balvin's in it, so he did a good job. Polaroid is generic, but it's I Get Low is okay. Bedroom Floor is okay. All I Want for Christmas. If you have a random ass Christmas song, first off, this song should have been a single. This song should have been a single. Why is it in the album? He has a boring ass Christmas song randomly at the end of the album, and it's not jolly at all. It does not want to make me look forward for this holiday. It's not jolly at all. It's kind of sad sounding, and it's just it's boring. But the only thing is, like, I'm not saying every Christmas song gotta be like jolly, 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 I guess. I mean, the whole point of the song is like, all I want for Christmas is you and I back together, some shit like that. But it's because his voice is just so and it makes no sense. Why is it on this album? Why is it not a single? Why is it on this album, the last song of the album? But as soon as I heard it, I was just thinking, I don't know why my brain went there, but I'm a genius, so I guess that's why. Zayn. Zayn would have sounded so good singing this song, and that's what made me realize that the song itself is not terrible, okay? Like, the lyrics are, you know, whatever. The music's very, you know, the piano's nice, I guess, you know. But it's because Liam Payne's voice is just so average that the song's so boring with him. Like, imagine Zayn. over this. I want you to listen to All I Want for Christmas by Liam Payne, but imagine Zayn's buttery, velvety voice over this piano. Now, the song you've been waiting for. Both Ways. This song has been the center of controversy. If you go on Twitter, hashtag Liam Payne is over party, Both Ways. This song, people on Twitter are heated. They are heated. But honestly, the song I have beef with is Stack It Up, but we're gonna talk about that later. That song I got beef with. Anyway, so Both Ways is the only song on this album I heard in its entirety, other than, what's the song, Strip That Down, but that doesn't really count because that song like plays on the radio all the time, so like I heard it already. But Both Ways is the only song I heard in its entirety on purpose, and I had the lyrics up too, so that I can see what everybody was so mad about. This song is fetishizes bisexual women, and we're gonna talk about that later actually. I keep pushing, I'm going all over the place, but it's just so much to unpack. Back to, what's that, Stack That Up. Why have your worst song? And people would argue, say Both Ways is the worst song. Both Ways is just problematic. If you rearrange the lyrics and like if you take out the problematic ass lyrics, the actual singing is okay. The actual music is okay. It's an okay song. Very problematic, but the song itself, without the lyrics, is very okay. Stack It Up. I have beef with this fucking song because the lyrics, stupid. He sounds stupid. The music, stupid. It's a horrible song, and it's the first song on the album. So when you first listen to this song, and you're listening to the album for the first time, you're gonna think it's a stupid album. Like he set himself up for failure because guess what? He's stupid. And then he tries to have A Boogie with a Hoodie in it, like, oh, I got A Boogie with a Hoodie. Like, you're gonna wanna listen to the end, I got A Boogie with a Hoodie. No, he did good. I liked his verse, but the rest of the song is unbearable, like, as soon as it came on. And the thing is, I already knew people were saying this album was bad. So I came in it already with a little bit of bias. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be terrible. So I came in it like, this is gonna be so bad, but let me like, you know, not think that so I can like, you know, just have my own opinion. So I'm listening to it. Literally, as soon as Liam Payne opens his mouth on this damn track, I'm like, I cringe. This song is just so, I honestly, I had to skip to A Boogie with a Hoodie's part because I couldn't even take this nonsense, this foolishness. This song is trash. It's the first fucking song, stupid. I have beef with that song. Next, Both Ways. So Stack It Up is the worst song on the album. Coming close second, Both Ways. That song is bad. We already know it's bad. We're gonna talk about it later. But this album, very generic as a whole. Very generic. It's full, it's weird because it's full of okay songs. Like, people are saying the album is horrible. I don't think it's horrible, okay? I think it's very okay, very mediocre, very forgettable, very, it's just Like, that's all it is. No oomph. No you know? It's just weird because as I was listening to it, damn near every song sounds like it could be on the radio. Like, I feel like if I heard it on the radio a few times, it would, like, I would get used to it. Like, they're not terrible songs, I don't hate them, but like, I feel like I would get used to it and it's just like, like find myself singing along, but not singing along because I like it, singing along just because like I just know it, like I learned it subconsciously. And that's the problem, like every single song sounds like a radio friendly single. So the album doesn't feel cohesive, you know? It feels like just literally a bunch of singles together. When I listen to an album, I feel like there should be some cohesion, you know? It doesn't have to be a story. Like some albums I really like because there's a story with it, but some albums just have a mood, a vibe, you know? Something that kind of, just something small that kind of just ties everything together. No, Liam Payne did not know what he was going for with this album. He did not have a vision. He literally just made a bunch of random singles and put them together. Why is there a Christmas song randomly at the end of the album? So the first song is the worst song, first of all. And then in the middle, literally at the 10th song is Both Ways. So when you think it's almost as halfway done, you get another horrible song. And then just a random, to close it out, just a random ass Christmas song. And then in the middle, it's just a bunch of okay, mediocre, generic. Literally, it's like he put it into like a radio machine and just spit out Just generic ass. I'm tired. This pissing me off. Now going back to Both Ways, that song in particular, the song is about him having a bisexual girlfriend, and that means he can have a threesome, I guess. And you can make a song about bisexuality and it'd be a good song, but his is not that. It's fetishizing bisexual women in particular, which I found very strange, considering, we're gonna talk about that later. There's just so, I'm going all over the place. There's just so much wrong with Liam right now. But yeah, let's talk about fetishization. Basically, a fetish, or to fetishize something, is finding something that's not inherently sexual. So for example, like a really common fetish is like a foot fetish. A lot of people have that. They, feet are just feet. They're not inherently sexual or whatever, but people find lots of, sexual pleasure with feet for, whatever reason, and that's fine. And then leather is a big one. People get turned on by leather, so they incorporate it into the bedroom. I mean, it's whatever, what you do when you're having sex is you. But it gets problematic when you fetishize someone, a person, basically, a race, a gender, a sexuality. And this happens a lot with white women fetishizing black men. They're called snow bunnies. And don't twist my words. Not every white girl who's dating or married to a black man is fetishizing them. I mean, something like love, something, you just end up liking a black guy. But snow bunnies are not that. They're fetishizing. Or like yellow fever, that's so ugly. Like it's when white guys fetishize East Asians in particular. It's just like you're not finding them as, you don't regard them as a person. You're regarding them as an object for your sexual gratification. And talking about fetishization can be a whole video on its own, so I don't want to get too much into that, but then he's definitely fetishizing black, can I speak? He's definitely fetishizing bisexual women. And it's like, it's giving off the vibe like, oh, my girl, she goes both ways, so we can have a threesome, man. I'm gonna like it. And it's just like, because she's bi, she's a little freaky. And everybody got to get them a bi girl, because a bi shorty means, she like both. So she gonna have a threesome, and it's gonna make me very happy. But it's gonna be a girl, it's gonna be another girl, can't be another guy, that's kind of gay, that's gay, it's gonna be, another girl, two girls and me, they don't make me feel good. That's the song.
Just to clarify, there's nothing wrong with having a threesome if everyone consents to it. The problem is the stereotype that bisexuals are inherently greedy and they can never be satisfied because they like both, men and women and everything in between, and they just want everything. Or the stereotype that bisexuals are inherently promiscuous and just, I don't know, love sex, I guess. To assume that someone would want to have a threesome with you just because they're bi is what makes it problematic. Does that make sense? I hope so.
And I just find it kind of funny that he has a song, and literally in the song it says, my girl is bi, so that means I don't discriminate. But you literally talk about Harry for being bi. So I don't get it, Liam Payne. I don't get you. Like, just say you're biphobic and go. He always goes to my next point on why Liam Payne is flopping. He always got Harry's name in his mouth. Always. We all know Harry Styles is the most successful member of One Direction. Point blank, period, enough said. So, I'm frustrated. Liam always has Harry's name in his mouth. Is he jealous that he's not as successful, that he's a flop and Harry's a bop? So it's confusing, because he has this whole song to in the song he claims he doesn't discriminate bisexual people, but he does it against Harry all the time. And he even said in a 2017 interview, oh, I wouldn't want Harry around my son Bear because he would make him dress weird.
I couldn't rely on Harry because I feel like my child would come out dressed in something that I wouldn't understand.
Also, recently, he was like, I just feel like I'm the antichrist version of Harry Styles. Like, shut the fuck up. Why do you always have him in your mouth? And the first comment with him saying that like he wouldn't want Harry to babysit his child. Some people were like, maybe he's joking, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, I guess maybe, but it's just like he always has Harry's name in his mouth. And it's just like, why are you so weirded out by the way Harry dresses? Why? Because he is secure not only in his sexuality, but in his masculinity, that he can wear whatever the fuck he wants and look good? Is that why? Or do you find it weird that a man wearing a dress? A man wearing a skirt? Oh my god, that's so fucking gay. And it pisses me off too, because if you look at the history of the world, in every culture, historically, they had their version of the male skirt, of the male dress, okay? And it wasn't until recently that society decided to be like, if you wear a dress or a skirt and you're a man, you're gay, and being gay is bad, so don't do that. That only started happening recently. Because men used to wear skirts and dresses all the fucking time. And in other parts of the world, they still do. It's just the Western world is being stupid. Like, clothes are literally just clothes. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, literally, if all throughout time men have been wearing skirts and dresses, why is it now it's suddenly weird? I don't get it. But anyway, that could be a different story. That's a whole different video in and of itself. I can talk about that for days.
You should start wrapping it up. This video is going to be 30 minutes.
I know, I am wrapping it up. I'm almost done. The last thing I have to say is that Liam Payne has this little like fake light skin persona. He's, wants to be, light skinned. I mean, you're a white boy, but he wants to be light skinned, and he has a boring personality too on top of that. I'm not going to touch up on that at all, really, because Amanda, she did a video about this topic and she summed it up perfectly. So I'm just going to include an excerpt from that video, and the link to it will be in the description. You can watch the whole thing because she took the words out of my mouth.
This light skin shtick that he's currently doing is making me ill. I'm literally going to be sick. Let's discuss. In order to pass off the persona of the light skin, that realm, the Justin Bieber journals, the Justin Timberlake, like that, you need to have some form of natural charisma, because you're being a culture vulture. You gotta be able to pull it off. Liam Payne cannot pull it off. First of all, objectively, he's not attractive enough to do that. I think Liam Payne is attractive. He's not attractive enough to do that. Plus the receding hairline? Okay. Anyway, the charisma that he needs is not there because he's a boring person. The reason he's doing this light skin shtick is because we currently have a hole in our music industry. There has always been a white boy who thinks he's black. Always. And right now we currently don't have one that's like at the mainstream level. So he's taking the easy way out and is taking on this new persona. I don't know if it's actually him. I don't know him. I don't believe he has an actual personality that would be there instead of this light skin thing.
So yeah, basically the reason why Liam Payne is a flop is because he's playing it way too safe with his music. Every single song sounds like it's just spit out the generic radio machine, and he doesn't know his sound, and he's just boring. He's boring as a person. His music is boring. He needs to keep Harry out his mouth. He's so fragile in his masculinity. He's not secure in himself, doesn't know what the fuck to do with his music. I'm getting heated. If you would have told me in 2013 that I would be this upset and talking this much shit about Liam Payne in 2013, if you told me that shit, that I would do that now in 2019, I would have stabbed you. I would have took a knife and stabbed you in the fucking throat. Why would you say that to me as a 13-year-old? Why? But look at us now. This foolishness, he is just foolishness, and it's pissing me off. It's pissing me the fuck off because I rode for this man. I wanted him to succeed. I was rooting for him. It pisses me off. Literally, imagine dedicating your life to someone, your 4 years of your life to someone, and they disappoint you this fucking hard. I am disgusted and I am embarrassed on top of anything else. I'm embarrassed. Liam Payne is a flop. Bye. Good night. Turn this shit off. I'm honestly heated. Turn this shit off.